In our Ticker Request Live weekly show, I've lately been getting a lot of questions about commodities, specifically gold and silver related instruments. So I thought this Friday I would use the opportunity to do an update on that complex. Now, what I'm going to do here is actually go down to intraday charts after a look at the daily and share any analysis that I see that could be in motion. Again, this is just my view in the markets. No guarantee these things will play out. I'm going to look at price action, market timing, and momentum because I'm HEMA ready and that's what I do. So looking at XAU, so $XAU is the ticker and trade station. Now, just like individually gold and silver, there has been a big advance that we saw taking us to historic levels, a pullback, and now an attempt to resume higher. So as I've been saying, the lift out of the recent bull support power zone is good. And I really wanted to see more action above the midpoint of the latest retracement down. Finally, now what I'm seeing is suggesting further upside, and it's because of forecasting. So let me go to the intraday chart and show you what I mean. You can forecast on any market in any time frame once you learn my techniques. I teach those in the Lost Forecasting Trading System. But what you need to know is how to use the forecasts and then how to adjust them if the market action goes a different way. So based on the current action here, I am going to provide a result of a forecast. Okay, you'll see what the forecast is. If you want to learn the methods of how to do it, I'm going to be sharing some insights on that on Thursday, February 19th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this here in February of 2026, mark your calendar for that. All right, here is the forecast. All right, so the forecast at this moment, and this could have been determined as early as 10 a.m. this morning, is for XAU to trade up towards 454.78 by the 11 p.m. hour on February 16th. Now, that is a market holiday. So we got to take it with a grain of salt in terms of the exact timing landing. But at the same time, that is a helpful guide for where we think things could go from here. Okay. So I'm going to go look at this on futures and the GLD ETF as well. All right, let's start with gold futures, symbol GC. So I'm just going to clean up some of these annotations. And again, it has a similar story to what we saw on the XAU symbol. Here, though, we actually also have a combination of not only some recent upside, but a bigger picture pattern between price and momentum. So I'm going to go to the 60-minute chart and see if I have any forecasts I can draw. If I cannot find it on the 60-minute chart, I'm going to go lower. Now, this is because there's like an ideal amount of time you want your forecast for it to be reliable. If it's too tiny, it won't be that helpful, okay? So now I'm going to go to 15-minute chart because that's 1/4 ratio of a 60-minute chart, right? 15-minute chart has 4 times as many bars. So in this 15-minute chart, I actually don't see a great forecast to draw. The XAU chart had a cleaner one. So I still think there's room for futures to resume higher while they are above this low here at the 49.50 area, and their next upside target would be the 5100 area. Okay, last but not least, let's look at GLD. Now, here we have a similar situation of a bigger picture upside path likely to unfold, but right now it's still kind of taking a moment. Let's go into the intraday chart now. Intraday chart and ETF may look a little funky compared to a regular chart or a regular kind of stock or a direct futures chart, but there still could be usable information. All right, so I do see a forecast I can draw here. Now, I will also let you know what would invalidate it. All right, so right now on GLD, I have a forecast for it to trade up to 490.71 by 1 a.m. on February 17th. Notice that was just 2 hours later after the forecast we had on the original XAU chart. And importantly, this forecast is only valid while we stay above the 4848.06 low from noon yesterday. So forecasts have a specific time and date that they can show you a potential magnet on price, right? Like this could be a magnet pulling price up and to the right, but they also include what invalidates them. Again, I teach that all in the Lost Forecasting Trading System. I am going to be sharing more education on how I forecast in my workshop next week. So if you found this helpful, whether you trade gold or not, just to look at 3 markets that are related to the same security and how they move differently. Also a reminder of some forecasting tips. Go ahead and hit that like button and I'll catch you in the next video.